Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to take a quick minute and reach out and just ask for some folks to join us in prayer over a couple of things. During this time of coronavirus, it's definitely left us in uncertain times. Volunteering and serving and donating doesn't look like it used to, and a lot of people want to know what they can do to help. And I just want to remind you guys and myself that honestly, the most effective thing that we can do, more than getting donations or getting money or even going out and serving people, is praying and coming together as a community of believers and believing that God, the ultimate giver of all things, is going to continue to provide and make things grow and happen as they need to. So we just wanted to share a couple things that we would love for you guys to join us in praying for. So the first one, we would love for some people to rally around and just pray for our guests, our friends on the street that we serve. And I say on the street, not all of them are on the street. Some of them are low income. Some of them have jobs, have homes. Nonetheless, they're people that we get to serve every week. And we just want to pray for their safety and their health during this season. I'm just praying that they would feel the presence of God with them everywhere they go, that they would be protected. And with that, there's some folks that we see that are on the verge of breaking addiction, or maybe they're lined up to have a job interview and maybe get a job. So they're getting to meet their next goal or step into whatever their next dream is. So we just want to agree that if that's God's will, that it would be done. We want to see them succeed in all that they do. So join us in praying for God's provision for their lives. Secondly, we ask that you would join us in praying for our programs. Right now we do food and clothes, and then we have our gardens. We're also working on tiny home, trying to have transitional housing units available by the end of the year, and launching our makerspace, our capital campaign. But in the midst of that all, we just want to be praying that we are staying relevant to what the needs are in our community, that we're continuing to find ways to stay impactful and be impactful and meet needs that people have, not just immediately, but long-term needs as well. So with that God would give us just vision and clarity on what that looks like. We don't have all the answers. There's tons of things that we want to fix, problems that we see, challenges that we face every day, and we don't necessarily have the right answer, but we're learning, and we're okay with the fact that we're still learning. So just praying that God would continue to give us clarity and vision for how to do that, and that we would continue to meet the needs that are in our community. Thirdly, you guys can be praying for funding. All the time we'll make posts about things we need money for and this and that, but ultimately we know that everything comes from God, that He's really big and He's really rich, and He loves to bless us, and He uses people to accomplish His purposes. But specifically, money for our capital campaign. You guys have heard us talk about the makerspace. We're about halfway through funding that, and we're growing. It has been a long and slow process, but I really do believe that we're going to see that launch by the end of this year. And I just ask that you guys would believe that with us, that you would join us in praying that God would just give us all the resources we need to get that off the ground, up and running. I think it's going to be an incredible resource in the Anderson community to serve people in a really unique way. And the other thing is just general operations. Being a nonprofit, it's just one of those things. You got to pay the mortgage bill. You got to pay the power bill. We do have staff that need to get paid in order to be able to dedicate their lives to this, including myself. So join us in praying that God would continue, as He has always been for us, so faithful and so abundant. But there's just something really special, and I believe that God honors it when a group of believers come together under a unified thing and ask for it. He loves when His people do that. So join us in that. And then lastly, just for our staff and our board. We just went through a major transition. As many people know, our executive director of 10 years recently left. God called him away into another thing, all on great terms, but we've entered a new chapter. We've entered a new season. And we just pray for our staff. That includes me, that we would stay healthy, that we would continue to have vision and guidance for what the future looks like. Again, we want to grow. We have really cool ideas. There's tons of challenges and problems in our city that we want to be able to offer a solution in, but we also recognize that none of that happens from our own doing. It all comes from God, and we need God to give us His vision and His heart for Anderson so that we can know what steps to take. Also, that we would continue to just have integrity in everything that we do. We want to have a good face and a good withstanding in the Anderson community. We want people to understand that we know that we don't have all the answers, and we're always learning, and we're gonna make mistakes, and we're gonna frustrate people sometimes, and we're gonna get things wrong, and we're gonna become impatient. But we're just asking that God would give us that patience and give us that humility and the ability to partner with other organizations and be okay with the process that it takes sometimes to watch our big goals and big dreams come true. So pray that we would continue to walk with integrity in everything that we do, that we have clean hands and a pure heart in all that we do. And for our families, that God would just protect them, and our board as they guide and govern what is done at the Lot Project. That God would give them wisdom and discernment for every decision that is made, that nothing is made lightly. So we would love for you guys to join us in praying for those things. Take a minute. That means so much. We love getting to be a part of a big kingdom family. It's so much bigger than just the Lot Project. It's a whole community of believers, and I love that. So we thank you guys for your support in all of this. Thank you.